How are we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be going over the September breakdown for UFC fights in the month of September, of course. How I did, my pick rate for every card, and some awards I'd like to give out to certain performance bonuses, you feel me? Let's get right into it. We start on September 2nd with UFC Paris, Gane vs. Spivak. My pick ratio for UFC Paris was 10-1. My confident picks win 3-0. My pick percentage on this card was 90.9%. Pretty good if I do say so myself. My best pick of the card was Cyril Gane. I predicted exactly what was going to happen. Second round TKO. I didn't add body shots or any specific details or anything, but I called it pretty good. And my worst pick, of course, is just going to be Rhys McKee, who is the only pick I missed on. UFC Paris is pretty good. Great way to open up the month. A lot of fun fights, and let's move on. We go to September 9th, UFC 293, Adesanya vs. Strickland. My pick ratio was 7-5. My confident pick ratio was 2-1, only missing on Israel Adesanya. My pick percentage was 58.3%. My best pick for UFC 293 is going to be Gabriel Miranda. I literally called out what was going to happen. I said that Gabriel was going to get the takedown early and get a rear naked choke on Shane Young, and what do you know? My worst pick is going to be Mike Batea. I picked him because I was like, Blood Diamond, he may have improved. He didn't improve for shit. He's still the worst fighter I've ever seen in the UFC besides CM Punk. He fucking blows. And I called him Mike Matea because he doesn't deserve Blood Diamond as his nickname anymore. He got cool name status removed from him. He's dog shit. The pay-per-view of the month, 293, was super fucking awesome. Crazy finishes. And I mean, Sean Strickland winning the title, I think, is a moment everyone will be like, where were you? Where were you when Sean Strickland beat up Israel Adesanya for 5 rounds? Where were you? We move to September 16th, UFC Noche, Grasso vs. Shevchenko. On Mexican Independence Day, my pick ratio was 6-3-2, and the 2 in the third column is for the draw in the main event, of course, and then the no contest with Edgar Chairez and Daniel Lacerda. My confident pick ratio was 2-0-1, missing on Valentina, of course. My pick ratio was 54.5%, and my best pick for the card was Roman Kopylov. I said second round TKO, and he got the second round TKO with a body shot. I said the body shots were going to play a factor, and they did. The worst pick, I don't really have a worst pick. My misses weren't even bad, so I had to just kind of say Jasmine Jasudavicius. I should say Daniel Lacerda, to be honest, because looking back on it, he got choked out if I'm looking back. And I'm probably going to pick Edgar Chairez in their rematch. UFC Noche was super fucking fun. This card was awesome. Crazy finishes. The main event was super fun. And I can't wait for this to become a natural thing, because Dana White has said that UFC Noche is here to stay. We move to September 23rd, UFC Vegas 79, Fazia vs. Gamrot. My pick ratio was 5-6. Ooh, that's a negative. Confident pick ratio 1-2. Ooh, that's a negative. Pick percentage 45.4%. Ooh, that's negative. My best pick was Morena Rodriguez in the Coco main event. This fight was brutal, to say the least. It was an ass whooping. My worst pick was definitely Hannah Goldie versus Mizuki. I thought Hannah Goldie was going to be able to clinch more and get her to the ground. I thought Hannah Goldie might have. No, she didn't steal it. I'm messing with you guys. I'm messing with you. But I was bitter when she lost. UFC Vegas 79 was a pretty decent card. I personally believe it was the worst card, fight-wise, of the entire month. Especially with the main event. I mean, the way that it ended fucking blows chunks. But it was still good nonetheless. Overall, in the month of September, UFC Thoughts went 28-15-2 across 45 fights. I went 8-3-1 on my confident picks, which leads me to a 62.2% pick ratio and a 66.7% confident pick ratio. I think that's pretty good. I definitely could have won more fights if I just would have done a bit more research and picked some other people, but it is what it is. Next up is the awards section of the video, where I will talk about my fight of the month, performance of the month, including KO, sub, and decision, upset of the month, and card of the month in the month of September. Let's start with fight of the month. My fight of the month is Nasrat Haqparast vs. Landon Quinones on UFC 293. This fight was fucking nuts. Absolute war through 3 rounds. I was actually pretty impressed by Landon Quinones' chin and the way he was able to take some of the shots from Nasrat Haqparast. How he was able to last the 3 rounds is kind of absurd to me. The fight, it was a war. Super awesome. Should have won fight of the night on the card. I don't know how it didn't. This fight had a lot of everything. There were a couple other ones, such as Grasso Shevchenko 2, Volkov versus Tai Tuivasa, and Benoit Saint Denis Thiago Moises. But I think Nasrat Haqparast Landon Quinones deserves it more. We move to Performance of the Month, KO sub and decision, and my awards go to these three individuals: Justin Tafa, Alexander Volkov, and Josephine Knudsen. Let's start with Justin Tafa with KO of the month. He absolutely floored Austin Lane on 293, getting an insane knockdown, and then the ground and pound was fucking brutal. Dear Lord. Some other guys I had in the running for KO of the month were Morgan Choriri, Tim Means, Charlie Campbell, and Roman Kopylov. Roman and Morgan got body TKO shots. Charlie got the KO over Alex Reyes, and then Tim Means just recently finished Andre Fiallo. Alexander Volkov, I don't think there's anyone else in the running. He got a goddamn Ezekiel choke. That's fucking insane, especially since I think he's only the second person. Am I wrong? Because I thought it was only Alexei Olenek that had one. If not, that's still a crazy submission, especially at this point in his career. Alexander Volkov is still improving to the day. And then Josephine Knudsen, I gave her decision of the month as she got a 30-24, which I think is, deserving of a fucking decision of the month. I mean, she absolutely demolished Marnik Man. I know Marnik Man isn't the craziest athlete, but I mean, come on, give her some credit. My upset of the month goes to, who the fuck do you think it's gonna go to? Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya at UFC 293. I still am not over it. I still can't fucking believe that he beat him. Here's the thing, you guys. I absolutely walked down Israel Adesanya, beat him with my boxing, and just did karate stance bullshit and still won. The fact that Sean Strickland is a UFC champion still boggles my mind, but I don't think I've ever been more happy for a person in my life. Sean Strickland is so fucking wild. He's so awesome. And the fact that he beat Israel and the way he beat him, I could make a whole video talking about Sean Strickland fighting Israel Adesanya. And I might. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Saturday upload. I still haven't figured it out yet. I thought I would do this on Wednesday. It's middle of the week, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out if you guys want to leave any recommendations of what you want me to do on Saturday. I'll do whatever you guys want. But Sean Strickland, what a fucking lad. Last but not least, we have card of the month, and I'm going to give it to UFC 293. I mean, this card was fucking bananas. It had a lot of things. As you can see, the images I applied were Sean Strickland knocking down Israel Adesanya, Tyson Pedro with his cool-ass celebration, Gabriel Miranda choking the soul out of Shane Young, and then the Jack Jenkins injury when Chepe Mariscal slammed him and broke his arm. There's a couple other images I could have added, like the Tai Tuivasa fight, Blood Diamond losing, and Manel Kopp and Charlie Radke saying baguette with an F. This card was so fucking fun, and I can't wait for another month of fun fights coming up in October. We only have 3 scheduled cards, but they're looking like pretty solid ones, other than, 2 of them. But we move on. And the month of September has been a great month. I'm happy that I started a YouTube channel, and hopefully I continue to grow and have more input in the community. So, it's been UFC Thoughts, and thank you guys for watching my September recap. I'll see you guys in October. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day.